cares about the wonky weather? We're ready to celebrate summer today on The Express. On today's show,
Blair, was that really your shoe at one point?
Not my shoe, no.
quirk and quality at the PoCo Farmers Market.
It's a good investment for our vegetables.
Cheers, Frank. Cheers.
Fruit beers and their perfect pairing. The Yam Jam in New West Hayek Square.
I think it's a really good event. It supports youth in music, it supports youth in art, it supports youth in everything.
I need to get to Fisherman's Wharf and in a hurry.
Victoria's new water taxi.
This is an awesome way to travel.
See that and more, local expression.
Welcome to The Express. I'm Johanna Ward at Lee Square in Port Coquitlam for the Farmers Market. We're going to talk fresh and local coming up, but first it's a little fruit beer pairing with our Cultus Lake Big Summer feature.
Big Summer is brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park, BC's #1 water park.
These are awesome. I'm not bad.
Some people would say that a summer day without beer isn't summer at all.
Brilliant.
But why get the usual when you can get the unusual, like a Hefeweizen or a raspberry ale?
It's not a sweet beer. It's got raspberries in there, but it's not like a cooler. It's definitely a beer. The raspberries give you a nice fruity aroma, raspberry aroma and flavor, and quite a tart finish. It's got that acidity from the berries that makes it for refreshing beer.
But the question that many beer drinkers have is how to pair flavored beers with great food.
It's not rocket science. It's try it out, play with it. If it works, that's awesome. If it doesn't work, try again. Cheers, Frank. Cheers.
Today, Byrne is teaming up with Chef Frank from the Boathouse restaurant to create fruit beer and wine pairings that will leave you wanting more.
Something like raspberry beer, I would look for more of another fruity complement. Example, our West Coast grilled chicken salad with a citrus vinaigrette. Really complements that beer and the notes that are in that beer. For something like the Hefeweizen from Granville Island, more of a little bit of a spicy note because there's a lot of citrus flavor in the Hefeweizen, so it kind of balances it out.
So there are two schools. Contrast or complement when it comes to pairing flavored beer with food. For example, ever considered a raspberry ale with your meringue?
So one of the things we paired today was the raspberry ale with the meringue. And the meringue has got that sweetness to it. It's not too sweet and heavy. It's sweet but light, and that went really well with the raspberry ale. That bit of fruitiness with the raspberry ale.
We have something with a little bit of citrus. We like to balance out with a little bit of a bite. At the Boathouse, we have a tuna taco, which has a little bit of spice with salvi mayonnaise. When you have a nice sip of the Hefeweizen, and take a bite of that little spicy taco, it comes out perfectly and all the flavors come together in your mouth.
They're really no different than pairing any other beer with food. You want to think about intensity of flavors. So, the flavor of the beer, you don't want to overwhelm the food and vice versa. So you want to kind of match up those flavor intensities.
How is everything so far?
Delicious.
Don't be shy. Come down, try the Granville Island Hef and the raspberry ale, and you'll be surprised on how great this product is.
I'm Erin Shaw in Vancouver for The Express.
Big Summer is brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park, BC's #1 water park.
Falls Creek Raspberry Ale is available at the Boathouse, of course, but you can also pick it up at the Granville Island Brewery. So we've had a little summer beer pairing. How about a little summer grocery shopping? Today on The Express, we're at the Port Coquitlam Farmers Market.
It's a young garlic, but soon they're gonna forming bulb later on. But as right now, people love to use those green tops of the garlic.
You can actually smell it too, hey?
Oh yes,
Oh,
and
wow.
we have also the spring onions.
It's quinoa. Are you familiar with quinoa?
I am. Yeah, it's one of the super grains, isn't it?
Yeah, it's high in protein and amino acids, and it's low on the GI scale, so it's great for you. We have 4 different kinds of gluten-free soups, 5 different kinds of regular soups, and salads and pilafs.
So no excuse then for being lazy. You're pretty much doing almost all the work for us.
That's it. You got it.
Or you can eat the salad for this one. You can eat this.
You put the flowers in your salad?
Yes, of course. Or else you can put in a bouquet, like in a flower vase.
A chive bouquet. I love
That's right. And it's a perennial. It keeps coming every year. It's a good investment for our vegetables.
The beef is growing in Maple Ridge.
And they're giant.
They are. They're really large. They are so large that we have to split them in half to put them in the buns because otherwise you wouldn't be able to take a bite.
The overflow.
Yeah.
And then this is all a fundraising project, so it's kind of like a give back you guys do at the market.
That's right. We ask nonprofit youth groups to come and cook, and we give them a portion of the proceeds. So this is one way they can get back, but also they can achieve something by doing, so they don't feel they're just getting money. They work.
And I bet they eat too.
And of course, all those vegetable starters.
So if I start my own garden, though, then I'll put you out of business.
Yeah, then I can buy it from you.
We'll have more from the Port Coquitlam Farmers Market that happens here at Lee Square every Thursday from 3 until 6. Every week they feature new local talent. What about you? Ever dream of rock stardom? Well, a New Westminster Festival is helping local youth get one step closer to that dream. Check out the Yam Jam at Hayek Square.
Jasmine Harvey has absolutely no problems getting creative.
Story that he never tells. Everything and anything. It's amazing how like the littlest things you can get inspiration from.
Running off inspiration. The New West secondary student has been singing her heart out since the age of 10.
It's definitely very fast-paced, some of the songs, and really in-your-face sort of vocals, but it's acoustic. So it's sort of like rock, blues, roots.
But the hard part for her is finding a place to get creative, which is why Jasmine, along with dozens of others, came out for the Youth Artist Movement, or Yam Jam, a chance for young people to show off their artistic talents.
New West has just the one high school, and so it's quite unbelievable to see how much talent that we have in this city.
They don't really get a chance to get out there and to perform and to really, showcase to the community what they're about. I think it's a really good event. It supports youth in music, it supports youth in art, it supports youth in everything.
Over at the artist tent, it's eye candy all around as Matt Hugh Parker turns inspiring words into inspired street art.
I'm doing canvases. I'm picking a word. I pick a word that means something, and then I just do my letters and add whatever I want to it. It kind of makes me feel better about myself. It kind of like proves that I can do this and no one else can. I try my best. I do it for myself. I don't do it for anyone else.
I wanna break that spell that you've created. And at the end of the day, that's really the point here, helping youth feel good about themselves so they can continue to reach higher.
It gives them confidence to move on and achieve greater things in their life from moments like this, and we truly believe that this is a great opportunity for them.
Sit there, you can't decide. I'm Tim Chung in New Westminster for The Express.
Yam Jam was put on by the Arts Council of New Westminster, and you can find out about all of their upcoming events online at artscouncilnewwest.org. You're watching The Express, and we have more local talent coming up.
Local chef hero.
After the break,
Montgomery Lau.
The culinary talents of Montgomery Lau.
It's all about quality, and whenever you demand quality, it always involves hard work.
It's basically a science fiction jewelry for whatever purpose.
Professor Huvian Art at the PoCo Farmers Market. You're watching local TV on The Express.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by...
The Express is brought to you in part by Plum, fashion supplier to host Johanna Ward.